You might feel secure and at ease if you become affluent and are able to support your family and yourself. However, being wealthy involves more than simply having a large income. To become a millionaire or billionaire, especially if you did it on your own, you usually have to save and spend wisely and invest well. Over the years, it has been noticed that the rich keep getting ahead of the average person more and more. They are getting richer and more successful every day. You've probably already spent enough time wondering what they're doing. What is it that they know that I don't? Well, we heard you. So in this video, we'll take you to the 11 rules about money that rich people always follow. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and that little notification bell icon so that you don't miss out on any of our video updates. Plus, it helps us spread the Thrive Wise love to help more people thrive wisely. Now, let's begin. Rule number 1. Choose to build real wealth instead of just looking rich. When people try to be like the rich, the biggest mistake they make is buying expensive things like luxurious dresses, flashy cars, or a big house. Even though the rich have the best of the best, buying fancy things is not their top priority. Rich people look at the big picture and see all big purchases as investments. First, they make sure that they have saved enough money for the future and have a good nest egg. Don't get caught in the trap of buying expensive things just to look cool. There is a big difference between acting rich and being rich. So you should focus on being rich first. First, use your money to help yourself, and then you go on a shopping spree. Don't do it the other way around. Rule number 2. Do not settle with just one source of income. The first step to getting rich is to have more than one way to make money. This gives you a safety net in case one source of income stops coming in. It also helps you get rich faster because you have more money coming in from various places. You see, different sources of income also give you different levels of security. For instance, a job might give you a steady income, but that's not always the case. On the other hand, an investment can lead to growth, but there is also a chance of losing money. The sad truth is that only rich people know about this rule. In fact, I don't know any rich men who only have one source of income. Most of them are in charge of more than one business. Others have put their money into fields that could pay off. Some people may also make money in other ways, such as giving speeches or serving in corporate boards. In addition to their regular salary, all of these are ways for them to keep getting money. I think you should think like this too. Living from paycheck to paycheck is kind of tiring because you always have to pay for things that you didn't plan for. If you have more than one way to make money, you won't have to worry about money as much. Rule number 3. Make smart investments. The worst thing you can do when it comes to investing is to let someone else tell you where to put your money. If there's one thing you should learn from the rich, it's that you should always do your homework. They always do the right research and talk to a pro if they need to. When it comes to money, making decisions without enough information is a recipe for disaster. Investing is a key step to getting your finances in order, especially if you look at it as a way to make more money. This is why you should avoid schemes to get rich quickly and only invest in things you understand. Talk to a professional who can look at your finances and your goals and help you make a sort of roadmap to follow. Rule number 4. Use debt to your advantage. Did you know that rich people don't worry about getting into debt? Since they use debt to their advantage, which most people don't do. They would rather use debt to help their wealth grow than use credit cards to buy groceries or pay for a vacation. When they buy a house to rent out is a good example. Even though it seems like a big risk, if you figure out how much you'll make each month, you'll probably be able to pay back the money in a year or two. In fact, by making more money, you'll have added to your net worth. Personally, I'd say it's a great plan. Why wait until money comes in when you could take out a loan and work your way up from there? Here, you should all take your time to learn how debt can help you and make a steady plan that you can stick to. Rule number 5. Take advantage of tax breaks. Rich people are known for taking advantage of tax breaks, even if they sometimes get a bad name for it. It is not illegal for them to follow the law to cut their taxes as much as possible. The tax code can be used by everyone, so it's not just for the wealthy. Everyone should know the tax benefits of choosing their investment accounts wisely and the possible tax benefits of making the most of tax advantage investing each year. The good news is that most people should be able to follow these rules without too much trouble. So if you do the same, you'll be one step closer to the richer version of yourself. Okay, we're about halfway through this video, so I'd like you to help me out in some way. Immediately pause this video and please do me a huge favor by clicking like, and if you are new, kindly click subscribe. If you did, you're great, and we really appreciate your help. Rest assured we'll bring you more videos that will help you thrive wisely. And going back, rule number 6, have enough liquidity. How much money do you have set aside in case a pandemic happens right now? If I may speak for myself, I've been fine for 8 months. Financial experts said that it is good to have an emergency fund that has enough money to cover living costs for 6 to 12 months. Rich people have made sure they have enough money to make it through these hard times. They make sure they have enough cash or other liquid assets to meet their needs right away. It's always important to have money set aside in case of an emergency, so unplanned events don't have to mess up your whole lives. Large amounts of money can be saved by people of all income levels. They have money on hand because they have the self-control to save. Everyone needs to put money aside for a 6 to 9 month emergency fund, but they don't have to save as much money all at once. Just keep working hard towards that goal every time you get paid. Set up an automatic transfer from your bank account to save up a certain amount. This will make the process as easy as possible. Rule number 7. Your goals must match with your spendings. The best way to keep your money is to make sure that your spendings match with your goals. In fact, having goals is what will keep you from spending too much and getting off track. All of this is clear to the rich. They already know what they want to do with their money. This could mean keeping up a certain way of life or giving money to the next generation. Because of this, it's very rare for them to waste resources. Even throwing away used staple pins may seem like a big waste of money to them. Think about this. How many pins would be left unused by the end of the year? There would be hundreds or even more. Rich people always have the idea that they should spend their money on things that will make them rich in some way. This is why they try to stay away from things that don't add anything to their lives. You should also start spending money on things that really matter. Rule number 8. Hire financial advisors. Rich people hire tax, legitimate, and financial experts who know what they're doing. They love and care about these kinds of connections. The truth is that rich people don't try to do everything by themselves. In fact, no one can do that. We'd go crazy if we had to deal with everything that comes with being rich. So if you want to increase your chances of getting rich, you can just hire a financial advisor. And you don't have to be rich to make it work. Even if you don't make much money, you can still hire an advisor. On the other hand, putting money into a support system early on can help you get the money you want later. If you don't have a financial advisor, you're likely to keep making the same mistakes and keep saying you can't change your life because you have no money. You shouldn't try to save money by choosing a professional with less experience just because their prices are low. Always remember that cheap is expensive. If you don't want to waste money on poor advice, which happens a lot, you should choose the most qualified advisor you can afford. Before you choose one, you should do some research to make sure it has everything you need. This could make it less likely that you'll lose money because of someone else's mistakes, bad decisions, or lack of ethics. Rule number 9. Use time, not timing. Many people really don't understand this idea. Instead of using the actual time, they often use good timing. One good example is the stock market. No one can actually tell what the stock market will do tomorrow, and since wealthy people know this, they don't try to do day trading as a second job. Timing is less important than time when it comes to making good investments. Most people think that predicting how the market will move is the key to making money on the stock market. But rich people know that time and compound returns are the most important things when it comes to getting rich. Contrary to what most people think, investing successfully requires a boring buy and hold strategy, patience with market changes, and not making any risky purchases. Rule number 10. Give back. Rich people know that giving money to charity is like hitting two birds with one stone. They are well aware that it can be good for their own finances and for the world as a whole. Did you know that you can deduct money you gave to charities that qualify if you itemize your tax returns instead of taking that standard deduction? The more deductions you make, the less of your income is taxed. So, donating to charity is a great way to lessen the pain of paying taxes. Rich people know this secret, but anyone can use it. Keep the receipts if you send a check to your favorite charity or give clothes to Goodwill and include them to your tax return. You could also give more thoughtfully by setting up a donor-advised fund. These simple low-cost funds are offered by companies that help people invest. And if you put money into that account, you can get a tax break. Then you can donate when it's most convenient for you. You end up with even more money in the end. Rule number 11. Write it down. How many times have you planned to do something for a while but then forgot? We're just made that way. We sometimes forget the little things that we end up causing the most trouble. Basically, what keeps us from failing is having an idea and writing it down. Rich people think that their money is the key to their success. How did they get where they are now? It's simple. They wrote down their goals and their plans. Many people skip this step, perhaps because it seems so obvious and easy. Funny enough, if they skip this step, they forget the whole task, which makes success even further away. When you put them on paper, you just make them happen. You might make a list to do so that you can do them in the right order. So, sit down and write down your goals while you think about them. Well, these are just some rules about money that the rich know that most of us don't. I'm glad you're now aware. The only thing left to do is to act on it. With time, you'll be a pro at handling money. And thank you guys so much for watching today's video. And hey, it seems like YouTube thinks that the next video can completely transform your financial situation. Watch it to find out whether they're correct. And please don't forget to click the subscribe button to see more videos on how to thrive wisely. Till next time.